Can Binance Smart Chain catch up with Ethereum? Is this possible? Or is this just a hype? Is this just a narrative of the day, of the month? But I think it's very, very interesting, right? Because Ethereum has now hit 2000, right? So Ethereum is slowly moving. And most developers are actively building on Ethereum. And for me, I'm still bullish on Ethereum long term. However, I do see the need for why people, especially newbies or people who are not whales, are gravitating to Binance Smart Chain, even though it's centralized. And I don't think long term is ever going to surpass Ethereum, because I think once Ethereum scales with ETH 2.0, with optimistic rollups, with optimism, and or maybe even with a Polygon or Matic, I don't really think the scaling issue will be a challenge, because right now most developers are building on Ethereum. So I'm bullish on Ethereum long term. However, I think right now I can, if anything, which is kind of ironic, anybody who's not a whale and they want to get into DeFi, I tell them, you know what? Ethereum right now, gas fees are too high. Go test out Smart Chain. I would probably not hold any of the tokens on Binance Smart Chain because I don't think the fundamentals are quite there like the projects on Ethereum. But just treat it as a trade. Go there. It's a trade. It's a narrative. Know that if the music stops, you don't want to be left holding a bag, right? So go in there. Don't fall in love with any of the assets. Just treat everything as a trade. When I say trade, I mean don't put more than 1% of your portfolio into any of these tokens, right? So, I mean, even my younger brother who's currently in college, I'm trying to get him into DeFi, and he has a couple grand he wants to invest, but even with him, it's challenging with Ethereum, right? So next week I'll be teaching him Binance Smart Chain, right? So I think Binance has actually carved out a niche in the market for themselves, a niche right now that Ethereum cannot defend against until Ethereum eventually scales, which could be 1 or 2 years. That's something Binance could actually keep on mooning for the short term. Now, I'm very bullish on CZ, very bullish on Binance and BNB, the token, because, I mean, first of all, what a play. I mean, Binance is now basically a $1 billion company about to IPO eventually, right? They canceled the IPO some time back. And now they also have a token that's also worth billions of dollars. So essentially they're double dipping. I mean, so I think CZ might end up becoming the Elon Musk. Like if crypto really takes off, CZ could become the richest person in the world. Because I'm not sure how much he owns in BNB tokens, but I assume he still has BNB tokens. And he also has equity in Binance. So if crypto really takes off, I mean, he's already technically a billionaire. So I'm not sure who's keeping track, but I mean, he might be on Elon Musk's level pretty soon, especially if BNB goes to 1,000. But anyway, Bill, what do you think? Do you think Binance Smart Chain can ever catch up with Ethereum?
Okay, well, nobody ever made any money betting against CZ, okay, as you noted, right? The guy's a competitor. Now, he can open up almost like a crypto fun park that gets a lot of people involved. So in that sense, it's great. And in that sense, yes, he can continue to get attention. You know, you can buy the dip in, you know, the pancake token. And, you know, if Binance Chain wants to take off again, it can. It's got to get through 350. But, you know, at the end of the day, when institutions come in to buy crypto, I don't think they're going to be buying Binance coin. They're going to want Ethereum. Now, if DeFi on Ethereum is expensive, then maybe people are just getting a little bit too ahead of themselves. It's good that they can participate via Binance coin, but again, maybe the party's a little bit too hot on one hand. And again, if you've got to pay a lot to be on a network, it's like paying a lot for a nice hotel room. At the end of the day, I have a really hard time seeing how any of these players beat Ethereum. Because once the layer 2 scaling comes out and once 2.0 comes out, you've got the future of finance and the future of derivatives, the future of Wall Street. You know, no one's talking about this. Well, we are, but no one else is. So ETH isn't just kind of like an altcoin casino. I know that's the fun part, and we want you to have fun. So if you got to go to Pancake or Binance to have fun, please go. But when you're investing, which we encourage people to do, or when you're thinking, which we can encourage people to do, Ethereum is going to be where crypto is 12 months from now.
All right. So thank you, Bill. Taking a few comments here from the audience. Duran says Binance is the worst thing to happen to crypto with its extreme centralized shadiness and lack of transparency. Okay, quite the words. I mean, yeah. So I think that's also kind of my issue with Binance. Not Binance the exchange, but in terms of BNB the token, or rather Binance Smart Chain. They're basically just creating their own blockchain, forking everything from Ethereum DeFi, and just trying to take off gas fees. I think that works for now, but it's not really innovating. So long term, I don't think it's the move. So I definitely do understand anybody who's new in crypto or DeFi, or who can't really invest or partake in yield farming on Ethereum because of gas fees. By all means, I think it does make sense to go and try to make your money on Binance Smart Chain. But I think the quality of the assets on Binance Smart Chain is nowhere near the quality of assets on Ethereum. But sometimes you have to kind of do what you have to do to make your money, right? Just make sure you understand it and you don't fall in love with the assets unless they have good fundamentals, right? That's why we have Token Metrics and our code reviews. Okay, let's take a few more comments here. Binance is an international conglomerate now, says Topher. Okay, all right. So looking here on my screen, producer, if you could pull that up. So I mean, first of all, Binance is now the third biggest project in all of crypto. Third in market cap. I mean, so this is because last week, Binance was 12th in market cap. It was between 10 and 15th. So it's made quite the move pretty fast. It basically went from 0 to 100 real quick. But I think this really brings up a bigger point in crypto. Crypto is always about narratives. And every bull market, there's basically a shiny new token, or sometimes a shiny object syndrome. So back last year, in August, the shiny crypto was Chainlink, right? Link pretty much mooned. Prior to that, I think in July, it was Ampleforth, right? And then I would say after that, we basically kind of had a phase. There was basically a short bear market where alts dumped in September. But then we basically had Polkadot. Polkadot projects, anything Polkadot would just pump. And that was the narrative. Polkadot interoperability, products like Polkastarter, all that. And now I think the narrative for this month has basically been anything Binance Smart Chain. But understand this, in crypto, the narratives always shift. They always change. So you have to be there and be ready to, one, pounce on them if you're trading, but understand that you're basically just riding the wave. And this wave can stop. So right now, if you're riding the wave for Binance Smart Chain, make your money, using proper risk management. So if you're trading it, it's basically don't put more than 1% of your portfolio into any of these assets. That way, if you get wrecked, you're still alive, right? But then know that the narrative for next month could be totally different. Now, who knows what the narrative could be? It could be DeFi on Solana or DeFi on some other chain, right? So just kind of understand that when you're going into it, and I think you'll be fine. Okay, so going to see what the community has voted. All right, so the community says no, Binance Smart Chain will not catch up with Ethereum. And I would say I have to agree as well.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.